VC, what's going on? Back to make a little update here. I got some jazz scores this week. I actually have more jazz in this to show, but I'm trying to limit the videos here. And anyways, like I said, I've been selling a lot on eBay, so my PayPal has been pretty good. And I never see this stuff in my stores, so I mean, I pretty much have to go online to find this stuff. So that's what I did. I'm telling you guys, there's killer deals on eBay. You just gotta stay with it. And I mean, I check it throughout the day. Just, you know, whenever you're book facing or you know, YouTube, and just hop on eBay real quick, check, you know, for a couple artists or a label or something like that, and just see what's been listed. I mean, stuff that you won't even ever see because it was already bought. So some of these I did win auctions too. So but first, Chet Baker 10-inch. It's on the Pacific Jazz label. Pretty cool. I've been trying to pick up a lot of Chet Baker recently. A lot of his earlier stuff is only available on 10-inch, which I have no problem with. I mean, this has, what, 4 tracks on each side. It's like an EP, but let's see here. I can't remember who plays it. I don't know if Jerry Mulligan's on this one with him or not. Back cover's pretty cool, just him kind of laying there. This is from like 53. Oh, Russ Freeman's on this with him, 1952. So pretty neat. It's in great shape, and it's criminal what I paid for this, guys, on eBay. It's criminal. So keep checking. All right, the next 3, 4. So we had a record show here. Was it last weekend or 2 weeks ago? I think. I always kind of hesitant to go to record shows. Seems like I never find any good deals, but then I always walk away with a stack of records. So, I mean, I must be mistaken. So, anyways, these were all. I mean, I didn't spend over $5 for a single record there. That's what's good about record shows. You get some people that there's a big store here called Forever Young Records, and they just bring only $5 records, and they just line their whole table alphabetical order, and you go through them. Everything's $5. That's it. Simple. No tax, no nothing. $5. So most of these aren't like super expensive, but you know, I'm a big Horace Silver fan. So this is the best of Horace Silver. It's got like the Tokyo Blues on it. It's on the Liberty label. Not a terribly expensive album, but pretty neat. Next was a Yusef Lateef I did not have. It's on CTI. Sorry about that. There we go. Kind of tilted that way. With Art Farmer, which I'm also trying to get into a little bit. So this is Auto Physiopsychic. CTI label. CTI is always hit or miss for me. I still haven't spun this yet, so I can't comment on it yet. But I mean, it's Yusef Lateef, so I'm sure it'll be a little out there a little bit. Next, Duke Pearson. This is on the blue and black blue note, so it's mid-70s. This is It Could Only Happen With You. Who plays on this with him? I think Ray Barretto's on it with him, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Flora Purim, so there's a little bit of vocals on this. Bob Cranshaw, Mike Roker on drums. So he plays the acoustic and the electric piano on this, so it gets a little funky in spots. I've kind of started to, I don't want to say get into the more funky jazz, but I've accepted it a lot more. That, you know, that was kind of the way things were going in the 70s, early 70s, to the late 70s. So I don't dislike it as much, I'll say that. So this next artist, he was famously played with Chet Baker on several albums. This is Gerry Mulligan. And this is when he went to Columbia from Pacific. The 2i. So this has Dave Bailey, Ben Tucker, Tommy Flanagan. Just a really nice, I don't want to say bop. It's like a cool, I don't know, West Coast jazz is just different to me, but I love it. This is Giroux is the name of it. And just found this one on eBay. I think it was like $6 or something. This is like a compilation. This is actually like a couple different albums, but this is Mulligan and Baker, Gerry Mulligan, Chet Baker. It's on the Prestige on the green labels, so it's a later one, but stuff that was their early stuff that you can't get, you know, nice little liner notes. Like I said, I've just been really trying to pick up a lot of Chet Baker, and I just don't see it here. Next time I go to California, I'm sure I'll see a bunch of it, or maybe not. I don't know. All right, so next. This completes my apostrophe albums from this artist. This is Cookin' with the Miles Davis Quintet on the Fireworks label. I think this is a Bergenfield address, so this is actually a second mono pressing. The first one would have had the West 50th. Fine with it. We never see these, so I'm not gonna sit here and complain about a second mono. This obviously had Coltrane and everybody on it, the famous quintet. Great album. I should do like a ranking of the 5 apostrophe albums. I don't think this would be #1, but I don't think it'd be last either. So another great, nice to have that. Let's see here. Okay, next one. This is, I think, a late 60s, maybe? Mid-60s, late 60s. It's John Coltrane Ohm. Original stereo pressing, Impulse. Great shape. I was really happy to find this. Once again, eBay, great deal. I really do need to slow down though. But I should be saving that money that I'm PayPal. I haven't spent any of this money out of my own bank account, which is cool. I've just been selling a bunch. Great album. Definitely more on the free jazz side from Coltrane. You know, some of his earlier stuff was more like a bop and kind of like what we're listening to now a little bit, but definitely more the free jazz. And this next one is definitely, this is, I think this was his first, correct me if I'm wrong, if someone's watching, but I think this was his first album after he died. What was that, Posthumous or something like that? This is Expression. It's a club pressing on Impulse, original club pressing. Very good album. My wife did not like this one at all. Definitely crazy free jazz on this one. I actually enjoyed it surprisingly because I'm not a big free jazz fan, but I don't know. It sounded really good to me. So definitely happy to have that. And the last one for him would be Live at the Village Vanguard again. Obviously his famous first one that he had. This is another club pressing, mono. And you could probably see Alice right there. Another great recording. Most of you guys probably already know that one. Alright, what else we got here? Okay, so I picked this up at an estate sale. It's probably a couple months ago. I did not have anything from this artist. Don Shirley Trio. I love that cover. It's just simple. I just really like it. This is on the Cadence record label. I think it's the second press. Very cool. Kind of like a slower, more mellow jazz. Doesn't get too crazy. Just put this on, just relax. Very enjoyable. I liked it. think I paid $2 for that. This one, just like I've been telling you before, Horace Silver, one of my favorites. So I got a couple more albums from him. I'm really trying to focus on, you know, finishing out my catalog from him, I guess you could say. And I hadn't really heard this album, and I bought it, and fantastic. Really enjoy it. It's one of his later ones. This is the Jody Grind. It's original mono, but it wasn't released until like 67 or 8, so it's a Liberty. Oops. There you go. Oh, I made it upside down. Sorry, guys. Great album from Horace. Who plays on this with Woody Shaw, Tyrone Washington, and Larry Ridley. James Spaulding also. So none of the major players, but terrific album. Check it out. And this can be had pretty inexpensive. I mean, I got a killer deal on it, but I mean, it's really normal price. It's not crazy. Alright, next one, another one by him. This is the Stylings of Silver, one I've been wanting for a while. Cool picture of him out in front. I think that's the, I don't know if that's the UN he's at in New York. The picture he's taking right there, but this is definitely one of his earlier albums. It's the 47 West 63rd, first pressing mono. Very nice. This one was kind of scratched up. I knew that when I bought it, but with these old Blue Notes, they just play so good because the grooves were just, you know, the deep groove, and the, I mean, they just, I don't know, even though they have scratches, this sounds like VG+. So, very cool. Alright, another one we got here. This is Coleman Hawkins Hawkeyes. It's original mono press on the Prestige Fireworks label. Great shape. I have some of his later stuff. I don't have his early stuff, but Coleman Hawkins, big fan. I've just been trying, I just never see his stuff. I see like compilations and stuff like that, but I never see his albums. This one has Ray Bryant on piano. Trying to give you some people you might recognize. Your Tiny Grimes on guitar. Obviously Coleman Hawkins on sax. So very cool. Nice having it. I gave it a spin a couple nights ago, and just very nice album from him. Next one I was excited to get. I don't have a whole lot of Art Blakey. I have, well, I guess I do. I don't know. I guess I do, but he put out a lot of albums. Not as many as like Jimmy Smith or anything like that, but he put out quite a few. So this is Meet Me at the Jazz Corner of the World. Once again, it's 47 West 63rd. So, yep, mono as well. Very happy to get this. Sounds great. Lee Morgan, Wayne Shorter, Bobby Timmons, Art Blakey. Can't go wrong. It's another solid album. And I try to get everything with Lee Morgan if I can. I'm just a huge fan of him. Alright. Before I lose you, I'm going to show this one. This was a big find for me. I never see this artist stuff, and this is the first one I have from him. You just don't see it very often. It's not one like Miles Davis, Coltrane. He just didn't have the name as the other ones. This is Ike Quebec. It Might As Well Be Spring. Beautiful album. Holy smokes. I mean, this, I hadn't listened, and the covers, I mean, VG Plus for sure. It's an original mono press, New York label. I mean, barely even any spine damage. I mean, you can still read everything. Freddie Roach, Milt Hinton, Al Harewood. Just a beautiful album. And, I mean, nobody did covers like Blue Note. Look at that. It's so killer. I wish I could have them all, but I can't. Alright, next one we got guitarist Grant Green, Shades of Green. This was a little bit funky, but still enjoyable. trying to see here who else is on here with love Grant Green. And Guitar Funk is a lot different than just like a normal. Let's see, Billy Wooten, Joe Newman plays on a couple of them. He's got a ton of people on this. Very, very cool album from him. Not my favorite from Grant Green, but it's not a bad album either. Nothing I would turn off or anything like that. So check it out. Next, Miles Davis, Sorcerer. Excellent album. It's original 2i mono, stereo pressing, and just another classic album from Miles. What else can you say? This was in too good a shape to pass up. Excuse me. Lovely to have it. I don't know. It'd be hard to rank Miles Davis albums because each one of them has their own little things. You know what I mean? But it's an excellent album. I wouldn't say it's his best, but it's up there. It's decent. Top 10 for sure. All right, and next we got Chet Baker Quintet. This is on the Crown Records label. Like I said, I've been just trying to buy as much as I can from him. I mean, it's just the way he played his trumpet was, I don't know, it's almost like he was speaking. I mean, it's really crazy. I don't know if any of you have seen his movie that came out. I don't think it came out that long ago, actually. It was pretty good, but he had a sad life. Kind of died unexpectedly, but you know, young like most of the musicians did back then. But very nice to have this, and I'm still going. I'm still looking for Chet. And last but not least, you're like, what is he showing right now? This is James Morrison and Adam Makowicz at the Montreux Jazz Festival. That's the Switzerland Jazz Festival. This is on like the EW, East West label from Australia. Beautiful jazz. This was at my local record store for, I think I got it for $2. Immaculate shape, and plays great. Sounds great. So check it out if you haven't. Some cheap heats here. So that's it. We made it through. So that's it for tonight. What were we listening to? We were listening to Sketches of Spain, if you were wondering. If you heard some tracks you knew. I showed this, came in the mail a couple weeks ago. But anyways, guys, take care. Thanks for hanging in, and I'll be back with another one sometime.